Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I sent two emails out today. One to the representation, the other to the psychiatric wing of a hospital in Boston associated with Harvard. So, I don't know. It's making waves, for sure. It's got to be making waves. What I'll say is that I'm really seeing it for what it is right now. Right? That again, right? Quentin has deep psychological complexes, just like me, just like anybody. But I don't want to throw him under the bus. I don't want to say those things. Honestly, he doesn't deserve this at all. He doesn't deserve this at all. But I'm feeling kind of guilty. I'm feeling kind of bad about saying all the things that I said. Despite how true they are. Not how true they were in that vindictive moment that I said them. How true they are, universally, spiritually. Right? But all the same, I know they cut a lot deeper. They cut a lot deeper than I thought they were cutting. Right? This is in August of 2024. This is a while ago now. When I swallowed all their reproductive organs. And so that's referring to a letter and a video that I sent to Quentin's agent Mike Simpson in August of 2024. Between the time that I saw fish in Indianapolis and saw them again in Delaware. At Mondegreen. Right. All documented, all legit, direct evidence. You just ask them. They got the letter. But to see how alike we are, we're the same, If, we approach it differently. We see it differently. But he hasn't handled his right. He's obsessed over it his entire life. And so, right, I don't know, is it obsessive to obsess over not thinking about it? Perhaps like a case can be made for, me engendering, I don't buy that, like, intellectually, but my point is that, right, he's had twice as much time as me to make his peace with it. So, anyway, the women. I said it in a letter. I didn't write anyone to destroy anyone's marriage. That's not. But, she doesn't deserve to suffer her entire life if that's how she feels. And if she wants to leave, right, and if the reason she wants to leave is because of me, right, if all those women, right, see in me a chance to get out from under Quentin's sadism, like in a palpable, definitive way, right, then that does make a lot of sense, actually. That makes perfect sense. Regarding his tactics, regarding the duration, why no one will speak to me at all about it. Right, that they're all just like indulging him, saying, oh, he'll sue eventually. Not appreciating that they're allowing him to hold them hostage. That's what's occurring. Though it is, it's of such a degree that the law has yet to technically address it. And I don't know precedent, I don't know like case law like I should, in that way. But as far as an individual being compelled to not see another individual, that's my legal argument, that I contend that should be criminal. That it doesn't matter what they're doing, right? It doesn't matter if he's not actually physically beating them. If his intent, right? If the scope of his design is to prevent them from coming to me, then that should be defined as a criminal action, because it is holding someone hostage. It is illegal imprisonment. Right? Every person has the right to go see any person they want, anytime, for any reason, anywhere. Anything less, and you're being held. That's the point. Detained. Right? So, it is my contention that these four women are desperate to get to me, because I am the only man with the clairvoyant mastery that can protect them from his deep sadism, his deep evil that has consumed his mind. And so, right, no one's happy about it. It's not like I'm like, yeah, cool, like, yeah, like 4 hot fucking bitches, you know? Like, but that's true, isn't it? Right? Because we're all just like so deeply fractured, so deeply traumatized, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. No one wants to talk to me. You know, like is that city so far gone that they can't even let me speak to them with the authorities present? Like, oh, you want to say I'm like a weird, crazy guy? Like, okay, bring the LAPD into the room with us. Right? They got handguns. They can fucking incapacitate me. That's the point. Right? They got tasers and shit. Right? And so the reason that I can make such serious allegations and no one feel compelled to refute them is that they're all guilty. There is no other reason. Right? That they are all aware that he is holding them against their will from coming to me and me alone, and feel that since the law does not technically address it, it is not illegal and therefore they are not culpable. However, I contend, right? I could convince a judge to put it in front of a jury. Yes, it's not for a judge to decide, right? That motion to dismiss is right out the window. And indeed, this thing is so disgusting and fucked up, right? That Quentin's they're gonna settle immediately. They're not like there's no nothing, right? The preliminary hearing, they're gonna say, oh, we settled. That's the end of it. You understand? Right? But I don't have any money. I have no money, no resources, right? And it's scary, you know? It's scary at this point. The thought of Sony Pictures, WME, Netflix, AMC Theaters, you know, like all these huge companies, the U.S. Copyright Office, right? The California Film Commission, right? Perpetuating, right? Quentin's unhealthy psychological, right, condition. Regarding women, regarding spirituality, regarding himself, all these things. All the same things that I wrestled with a long time ago, you know, for sure. But we approached it different ways. I don't know who's right. I suppose I am right. I don't like admitting that. I don't like saying that because I know that he's just struggled to make his peace with it because, right, I would guess he has had several women leave him. Maybe not because of that, but because of like how he handles it, right? And again, I don't want to say what it is. I feel bad about all the things I said. But it doesn't make it untrue. But my point is that, right, that now, right, with Daniela, right, with his wife, right, that he took at a later age, Sydney and Mikey, right, the other one, then now, right, he's kind of like dissecting everything and saying, well, how else can I justify it if it's not this, you know? And then so that's the answer, isn't it, you know? And so, right, if we persist in this way, right, he'll end up locked up. That's, you know, honestly, I can make a case for it. And it would be strong. For why he needs to be in a straitjacket and fed through a straw. And I know that they would all agree. They'd say, oh, we don't understand it like Brian, but, like, yes, he's right. Definitively. I want us to reconcile. That's what I want. Right? Daniela? What can I say? What can I say about that? Am I supposed to deny myself? Am I supposed to deny what she wants, what they want? Because you're a sadist? Because you're hideous and you hate yourself? I don't think that that's good enough for me. We're all free in the world. We're all allowed to do, right? Like, this is how I operate, right? Like, through my celibacy, right? It's like, in my mind, this is how I always see it. It's how I always see it in my mind's eye. It's like, okay, I'm gonna, like, no, I'm not gonna pursue that at all. I'm not going to, at all. But my heart is open, you know? That's how I've always seen it. It's how I still see it. Right? And so, it does kind of seem like there are women now that are like, no, we want him and only him. And here's why. Right? And so that's right? But since we're playing the Hollywood mind game, right, it's degenerated into a real spiritual siege, a real soul crushing, right, industry changing kind of battle. Sorcerer's siege, magical battle, right? And so, right, all I can say about that is, if you had been forthright at all, right? And I know what it is now. I know what it is now. He was always terrified to bring me into that house because I'm a singer and all these things that I never thought about. That his wife is a singer, that she's a musician. I called her Eurotrash in the book, but of course I don't think that. She's so beautiful. Anyway, it's fucked up. It's just fucked up. Doesn't have to be weird. Doesn't have to be weird. He's been weird his whole life, right? He could have just been honest and said, we gotta have a hard conversation, but. And then I said, oh, whoa, no way. So, anyway, I'm rambling. So, I suppose I'll stop. God bless.